morning everyone, it's Rachel here and we are doing Whatever Wednesday. So I wanted to, I've zoomed in a tiny bit, I'm going to go off screen. Let me just stand here and show you what I've done. So I finished two. This was the piece that I don't know if you remember, it was a while back that I prepared and it was from my all over fabric. I embroidered here just a little bit, added bits and pieces, stitched around that image that was on the fabric, and I think I'm going to leave it at that, and that's ready to be made into a journal cover. And then I have this one which I worked with quite a bit with you guys on camera. That's the back, and I pretty much finished everything that I think I want to stitch on there, so that's that one. The other ones I sort of had just prepared the background, the base with you, so I'd basically done that sort of thing and then put this on top, but I hadn't added anything else. So on this one I added some lace there, I bunched it up a bit, a little bit of ticking, a fabric that I had painted, and a stamp piece of fabric. It really didn't need too much, so and that's going to be a document journal that will look like that, so that needs a bit of work. This one is a linen, and I'd done the background with you guys, and it was a plainer sort of page, in the sense it didn't have like a bird or a crescent or anything like that. So what I did was I added a piece of lace up here, just a scrap there, but I just love the pop of color, another stamp piece of fabric, a little bit of ticking down there, that was just a scrap, and I added Santa from my Christmas images, a little scrap there and a little piece there, and bunched that up. So I think I might work on this one today. I'm feeling inspired for that one. This one here is one of the horizontal pages, and it had like a plainer area here in the middle, which I love because it's just an invitation to do stuff. I added that little scrap there that I had. I've added some lace, another piece of the painted fabric, another scrap, and then a piece of green down there. So that's what that's going to look like, and I have some ideas for how to approach that one. And then this one I think I had prepared with you guys. So we have this collection up here, bit of lace there, bit of fabric, and that one there. So I was going to work on this one on camera, but I think I want to work on that one. This is the one I'm going to work on. So let's see. The first job is oh, excuse me, I've got some things here I need to move out of the way. They're in here because I need to photograph them. Okay, right, put those over there. I've got to get off my leg. Okay, so what am I going to do? First thing I want to do is go around the edge here. I do have some threads here. I've got that lovely green, I really love that. I've got my red in here as well. I've got these colors just in my basket, so that, because they're my go-to sort of colors. And I also have this color, but I think I might do that color there. Okay, and I've got some other greens in there. So let me think, what do I want to see around the edge? I've done that. I think I'm going to use this one. So I'll just show you that. We've done it before, but we'll do it again. Let's grab a needle. Why don't I grab that one? And I've got my threader here. So how is everyone today? I hope you're well. I have been, what have I been doing today? Oh, I've been creating a little bit this morning. Then I thought I'd do this, and I've got to go and make those packs. I have not done those yet. They take a long time, and I just haven't gotten to it, so I thought today is the day. And I've been doing some frames and that sort of stuff, so I'm just doing a little overcast stitch all the way around, and I probably cut a piece of wool that's too long. With my Sunday video when we did the thread painting, I think I used wool. I used it because you know, the piece that I was embroidering was a large piece. It was they were large flowers, and I really wanted to just get some good coverage fairly quickly. But it is also, they're also a favorite, these variegated wools. But someone wrote, oh, I don't have any wool. Well, you can use, I did mention in the video, you can use 6-stranded if you want thick. You can use any amount of strands. Mum's done single strand silk thread painting. It takes a long time. You need to be patient, but you can do it with 1 strand with silk or DMC, and you can do it with anywhere up to the 6 strands, or you can use wool, or sometimes I use both. So what did I want to say? Oh yeah, then I was asked, oh, where do I buy my wools from? I buy them from everywhere. Like when I go to Australia, we go to certain shops that are specialized in the hand-dyed wools, and I buy a whole lot. Usually Mum, Sass and I share them with each other, and so I might have a smaller amount of those. I have bought some from European sellers here on Etsy. You might want to look up sock fingering, I think it's or is it fingering sock wool? Sock fingering wool, 4-ply usually we go for, because it's a nice thickness. It might be slightly thicker than 6 strands of DMC, but I don't know. But the nice thing, the wool is generally matte, whereas the DMC has a little bit of a sheen to it. Sometimes, as I said, I like to mix them, use them both. So it just depends on the look that you want. So I'm just going around here. I'll finish off this length and then we'll move on to something else. Try not to go too, like you can embroider. Oh, look, I think it's broken. Oh no, it was the end of the towel, thank goodness. I did take too long a piece. With the wools, yeah, you probably don't want to take such a long piece. You want to stick to the rules of your forearm sort of length, because they do, the friction of going through the fabric does wear them out. What was I going to say? I was saying something else. I can't remember. Oh yeah, you can go to town with these. This is going to be glued onto something, so I'll just leave a little towel there and that will glue down, and that'll be good. So you can, I mean, if you're doing this just for you, you can do as much embroidery or as little embroidery as you like. I sort of do something in between, because I will be, when they're ready, when will that be? I don't know. I'm not taking orders for them, because that just puts pressure. I'll let you know when they're in. I have to make them first. Anyway, you can do as much or as little work as you like. You can, I mean, I could do more, but time is not my friend. I would probably do a bit more. So I try and do a sort of like a medium amount of work on them. So I'm not stitching where it's covered by something else, the edge of the page. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. It's pretty fluffy there. I think a lot of it has pulled off through, being pulled through. But anyway, as I said, I only got a little, I'll go a little distance with it, and then I will stop and we'll do something else, just to give you the idea. But I generally do that around all of them, more so than a running stitch, because I like the look of it. It's a stitch, overcast stitch or whip stitch is a stitch that I use a lot for many different things. So there's quite a few layers here, so I have to do the stabbing method, the jabbing, not stabbing, jabbing probably is a better word. Okay, I've gone quiet. I've got, my thoughts have drifted off to Milan, to my daughter. So even though I'm not going to do absolutely everything I could do on here, maybe I could think about it and tell you if I were to do more than what I actually do, what I might do. Does that make sense? Oh my goodness. Now, what I would like to do is do this. I thought I might do this and have it come over onto Santa. So I'll just, not too far, just complete the flowers that are chopped off. Is my thought. Maybe we'll, and that one. Okay, and I kind of wanted to use those colours, but I didn't bring them in, I don't think. Do I have anything? I've got them out there. Anything variegated in those colours? Just a minute. I'm going to go and get my other colours. I didn't think about it. Just talk amongst yourselves. I'm back. See, it didn't take me long. My apartment's small, guys. Don't have to go very far to get things. I just felt like, see, I want to be sort of more true to the colour. I think that one's the best, that variegated one. I could go into a, is there a darker? I put all these variegated colours in here. I could go into that one. Let me see. Clearly I haven't wound those ones on yet. Or maybe that one would be pretty. That could be nice. Totally different. Now I have to make a choice, or I love that one. Maybe I'll do that one and that one. Okay, so I'm going, when I go up to Roberta De Marchi, I'm going to buy a whole lot of the Cosmo ones. Where did my needle go? There. I can probably thread this. This I'm going to do where I can see it's lighter, and the red I'll do where I can see it's darker. I don't think I can thread it. Famous last words. I probably won't get it all done because, you know, these things take time. Right. So following the direction of the petal. A lot of comments were that you're afraid of doing thread painting. I was afraid of it too, guys. Just practice. My advice to those who are nervous about it is don't choose, like, these are very simple flowers and it's pretty much just colouring them in. You don't have to do anything fancy. You just colour them in. But don't choose flowers that are really complex. Like a rose with lots of petals and stuff, that's a bit more complex. If you were to choose a rose, maybe you would just choose the lightest and the darkest colour, possibly. Or the next darkest colour and the lightest colour. You just choose those bits and just follow the direction of the petal. And you'll be fine. Now I'm getting caught on something here. What's going on here? Sometimes I leave strands because I knotted it, but maybe I didn't knot it perfectly. And so this is just satin stitch. I start in the middle and then do slightly shorter stitches on either side to create the, as best I can, like that one's not very good, but as best I can, the rounded shape of the petal. Now this process will be a little bit time consuming. I also can't see so well because the light's reflecting off the house in front into my face, and even though it's light for you guys, I'm getting a reflection, so I feel like I can't see even though I can see. It's a feeling of not seeing that is taking hold of me. Right. I probably could have put the hoop on. That would have been, I mean, this is quite sturdy because of the base that we created. So it's quite sturdy, but it would hold it all nice out and flat for you guys to be able to see it better too. Now I can't oh, that's my needle. I can't capture it right there because I need to be able to stitch there, so I'm just going to move it over. I might need to open it a bit more. And go like that. It doesn't really need the hoop, but it is easier for you guys to see if I have a hoop. Oh, I can't see what's happening there. I just drank my smoothie, so my my stomach went, made a noise. So that flower kind of goes over this flower, so I'll just squeeze another. I want to come down a little bit. Stitch in there and then come around here. Now using a variegated thread is nice because you get a nice change in colour without having to do much. I might even go into a lighter colour for that one. Because I want to use all the pretty colours, I might use this one. Oh, maybe that one's better. That one. That one. Okay, put that one back. Right. And yeah, as I always say, I sound like a broken down record, but I always choose one thing that I know that I want to do for sure. So on this whole piece, I knew that I wanted to do this, and I knew that I wanted to do that. So I start with those things. And then as I'm going along, things pop into my mind. Occasionally they don't, and the struggle is real, but most of the time something, the next step pops into mind. Because I feel like when you're sitting there doing this, you sort of, it sounds silly, but you're kind of getting to know your piece and getting a feel for it. And if you're not overly confident, start with what you know, and then other things will come to you. Well, they should come to you. It's not a guarantee, but they should. And we are literally just colouring in at our leisure. If I wanted to, I could draw another flower and have it come out here, and you never know, I might even decide to do that. It just sort of brings all the separate pieces together. I haven't decided what colour I want to do in the centre, because normally I would do a mustard, but I might change my mind, who knows? Because we've got, I might do a mustard, but we've got a bit of orange and yellow going on here, so I'm going to jump over here. So maybe I don't want to do mustard. And that flower I might do with the red. Although I'm in a nice dark piece of this thread, I could continue on. But then you don't have a guarantee of what colour's coming next when you wind it off. It might be all orange. So I think I'm just going to finish it off on this flower and move to the other colours. Okay, so So that was pretty convenient that that sort of ended at that moment. Okay, let's do some of this colour. I'm not going to use, see I've got it on the edge here. Oh, how thick are they? They're all 3s. I think I'm just going to grab a new piece because I'm going to use the whole thing. I'm just looking at where is it going to end, about there in the darker colour, so that's good. Let's see, I think because this is sort of the way I've got those coming over there, it's kind of in a line, so I sort of feel like I want to unbalance it and have another flower there, and I'll probably do it in this red. Let's do these ones that I drew. Really is a lot of fun to do this. It's like a raspberry red too, it's a very nice one. So here, I mean, as you can see on this piece, on this cover, I'm going to use a mix of wool and stranded cotton. See, that's wool. Probably in the centres I'll do some sort of wool, whether it be an Appleton wool or a hand-dyed wool, I haven't decided yet. It's kind of doing my eyes in. My eyes are feeling crazed with the light. I may have to go and turn the light on, which is literally 2 steps from where I am, but I have to get up and do it. I hope you had a good chat amongst yourselves when I went and grabbed my threads. Oh, come on. I think I've gone into the knot. That's always the pits. Yep, I'm in the knot. It's always the pits when you're in the knot. I don't think I'm going to get that through. So I just have to get myself out of the knot. Where was I here? I'm just moving the knot out of the way so that doesn't happen again, unless there's another one. No. I'm also going to do the green leaves, so I'm just going to hop up and put the light on because I'm actually starting to get a headache too. Bit of a whinger. Oh, that's so much better. I know it's orange, yellowy for you guys, but it's wonderful for me. Oh, I can see now. No more. Oh, I missed that bit. I'll have to come back and do that. I feel like I missed, or maybe that's part of this leaf, this petal. I was going to say leaf. And I don't do perfect stitches. I like it to look a little bit rustic and messy. What's going on there? There's a lot of thickness there. Did I pull it all through? Possibly. Oh, that's better. I've pulled through threads from behind, I think. I won't worry about it. I'll deal with it when I do my centers. Very thick there. I've got a lot of something going on with my threads here. Did I have some pliers in here? I thought I saw some, possibly not. I have some over here, I think. Yeah. They'll do. The other ones? No. Oh, here's my old ones. Grab those. I'm just going to, I don't know what I'm going through there. I don't know why it's so thick. I seem to have a bunch up of thread. I need to put one more stitch in there. Oh, I love that. It's messy and I love it. Okay, so I'm going to end this off and I'm going to jump down to the other flower. Glorious day outside. I think the temperature might be slightly lower to like 16 or something, but it has been 20. I think I mentioned that I was walking around in my cotton top like this in Florence and Arezzo, and I was really hot, and Steph was in his t-shirt. That's how warm it's been. It's crazy. So I'm working on one side of the petal and then I come back to the other side until I get the shape that I feel is satisfactory. Now here, when I go into the sand, that's about 3 layers of fabric, which is why there's a little bit of resistance to me pulling my needle through. When I get over here, it's 2 layers. And I'm using quite a big-eyed needle, a crewel needle, because I wanted to be able to thread my 6 layers, my 6 strands of floss. I need to get a new piece. I'm kind of insisting on finishing this with you guys because I think this bit, because it's going to be really cute. That's not a great knot, so I'll leave the tail. When it's glued onto its substrate, it'll be safe. Eating my hair. Okay, where was I here? So you can see I've got quite a bit of work to do on these. Even if I'm not doing a full-blown embroider everything sort of thing, there's still, even if I do sort of in the middle amount, it's still going to take some time. So if you can't get the wools, just get yourself a nice little variety of whatever you can find, variegated DMCs, or Cosmo has more colours. I saw it, I learnt at Roberta De Marchi's, they've got a huge range of colours. So, I mean, they're slightly more expensive, so I don't want to enable anyone to go and spend a fortune on threads, but a few variegated threads in your repertoire make a world of difference. And my finger's dry, and I've caught my thread. Because I've been you know, the needle's been poking it, so it's dry. I've gone quiet. So Etsy have offered us the possibility of, in our listings, we can calculate the US tariffs and put a separate price for different countries according to, if you had to, for that sort of thing. And I haven't done it. I've still got the shipping up higher for the US because it's got to incorporate tariffs and customs clearance fees. And of course it's with FedEx, and there are still people that they don't read the top. I write it at the top of the physical items why, to my US customers, why it's more expensive, but people don't read it, and maybe they missed the video that the 2 videos that I've done on the shipping situation there, and I'm still getting, oh, why is your shipping, if I buy a small pack of scraps, so will the shipping be less? And well, no, because I have to ship with FedEx. I don't have a choice. I am forced to ship with FedEx. And so yeah, I'm still getting questions about that. Am I using the right one? What did I pull that one out for? I thought I was supposed to use that one. This is the wrong one. Yeah, so I haven't decided whether I'm going to incorporate the tariffs in the price, because the shipping will come down a little bit, but not that much because it's with FedEx. But I haven't decided, because you realize that just means Etsy earns more money. They take 5% on the shipping price, but they take 10%, an additional 10% on the sale price. We're paying between 13 to 15% Etsy fees. And do I want to do that? I'm still thinking about it. So, I mean, yes, it would bring it down a few euro, the shipping, but it's still the baseline. FedEx shipping is pretty much, actually it's gone up a little bit. They've got prices have gone up a bit because their prices fluctuate with petroleum prices, I guess the cost of fuel, but it's pretty much in line with the post, or a little bit more. It depends on what zone you're in with the post, over 350 grams. So yeah, that's the kind of what their prices are. So I haven't decided if I'm going to do that or not, because it's not going to change that much. And then, then there'd be a whole lot of queries. Why did you put your prices up? You know, I was abused by a lady once. I don't know if I ever told you this. I got a really vile message on Etsy telling me how dare I put my digital prices up. It was an American lady. How dare I put them up? Nobody else put their prices up. How dare I? Terrible person. It was really, really abusive. And pretty much you put your prices up 50 cents. And I'm like, well, your dollar dropped. It's the exchange rate because my shop is set up in euro. I have to set my shop up in euro. I'm forced to because otherwise Etsy take an additional 2.5%. So if they have to convert currencies. So I wrote back to her and I explained to her, I'm so sorry that you're seeing this. It's a currency fluctuation. Never heard from her again. Didn't apologize for the really vile, nasty message she wrote me. I've never put my prices up with anything. I haven't put any of them up, except a little bit my journals because of the amount of work that goes into them. They were too cheap. I can't afford the time to make them. I had to put them up. It was only slightly, but I had to put them up a little bit. But I've never put my digitals up. I've never put anything up in line with inflation or anything. So I found it really upsetting that someone, and then didn't even reply, like when I sort of explained to her that it was a currency thing. I feel like though I have had a few of those messages about, you know, one lady had left a comment and it had been missing. I actually didn't see the comment. I was asleep when she wrote the comment. It was midnight. My dad was here and we're in Puglia. And I wake up in the morning to this abusive message from this lady. How dare I set my minions on her? I'm like, I didn't set any minions on you. What did I set my minions on you about? And she'd left some comment and someone had interpreted it as her having a go at me and had come to my defense, which it was very kind of her, but it wasn't necessary because the lady wasn't intending anything bad. And she'd taken offense to the other lady and then told me off. And I wrote back and I said, I haven't seen the comment. I was asleep. I didn't set any minions on you. I don't even know what you're talking about. I never even saw the comment that one of my subscribers had left to her, because I don't even know who it was, because she deleted her comment and then subsequently that deleted the comment of the other person as well. So I never saw any of it. I didn't see any of it. Oh, I did see an email because I get emails from YouTube that tell me when a comment comes in, and I found her comment, which I didn't think was a bad comment, and I would have, had I seen it, I would have set the other person straight and said, look, she didn't mean anything by it. Thank you for coming to my defense, but it's not necessary. And I would have removed it because I don't ever want to encourage, even if someone's nasty to me, leaves a nasty comment, I usually just delete it because I don't want sort of nastiness to be going toing and froing in the comment section, people being, you know, having goes at each other. I don't like that. So I wouldn't leave it there. If someone if someone does leave, I don't leave their comments there. I take them away, because I also don't want a toing and froing to start happening, because it's just unpleasant. I have to put my knot in, but I haven't threaded my needle. Yeah, so anyway, weird things like that happen. So yeah, I'm going back to the original thing. I'm debating whether or not to use Etsy's tool or not. I haven't decided. So I've got that going there. I kind of like to do that little one in there. I just need a little, I just sort of draw it a little bit, because otherwise I know I'm going to go really wonky, and I want to add one here. So I'm going to put my center. Probably be better if I took the hoop off, but you know me, can't wait, impatient. There we go. I'm going to have another one there. Just have one shooting out the side, make that less of a line. Just sort of I feel like it's balanced that way. So here I'm going to do this little bit. I might come up there. Anyway, I think we all need to be kind to one another. There's a lot of, it's really easy to get stroppy and angry about things. And, you know, I'm the same. I can get angry about stuff and I'm thinking, oh, probably should have waited a second. But usually when I'm annoyed, like if someone when I get those sorts of things on Etsy, which I think are another lady was trying to buy my sister's fish pattern, and I'm trying to tell her I don't have, she wrote to me, she got confused about the Roxys, and she wrote to me, and I'm like, I don't have it, I don't, she did, first of all, she didn't tell me it was the fish pattern, she told me I'd stolen her money. I'm like, what pattern did you buy? What's your name? And I'm madly trying to find her order. I'm searching, what's your order number? I searched the order number. I actually even contacted Etsy and got onto an operator, and no, you don't have an order under that. You don't have any orders under that name, and you don't have any orders with that number. And so I was perplexed, and I wrote back to her and I said to her, well, what did you buy? And she's like, I bought the fish pattern. And I said, well, that's not my pattern. That's my sister's pattern. And she's asleep right now. So I wrote to her, you can just contact her and she will email it to you, because, you know, with the digitals, any digitals, Etsy's supposed to send through an automatic email and you get a download button, but sometimes the email doesn't come through. There's a bit of a glitch in the system and it doesn't come through, and people think that you've not sent their product, whereas without realizing when it says instant download, it means instant download. And in actual fact, all of the downloads live in your account. Like I know if you use the app and you're on your phone or something, it's really hard, but if you log in on Google or Safari or whatever is the browser in your device, if you log in, you'll see the desktop version of Etsy, and it's very easy to find your purchases there and download your files, and they live there forever. They're not going anywhere. Like if the shop closes, you still have access to your files. Should you lose, you can't remember where you saved it in wherever, or you need to download it again because you can't find it. It's there forever, or until Etsy exists, it's there forever. So this lady was having a go at me about my sister's pattern, and she's like, and I said, well, that's my sister's pattern, and she's in Australia and she's asleep right now. You'll have to contact her, and when she wakes up, she'll answer you. No, you tell her. And I'm like, well, no, it's her shop. She's separate to me, and I'm not going to be the go-between between the two of you. You just contact her. It's easy. And I think I even gave, oh, she just said, oh, you can keep my money. And I was like, as I said to you, I didn't take your money. I don't have your $4. I'm so sorry. I did not take your $4. But yeah, you get really funny ones sometimes. And I do try to, you know, make sure everyone's okay and have a good experience. But some people just, they get on a roll and they let the anger take over and just direct it at whoever's in line. So I find it's very hard. Some people just can't apologize when they've accused someone of doing something they didn't do. They don't seem to be, even though they might recognize that they've accused you of doing something you didn't do, they still can't apologize, whilst at the same time acknowledging that they've accused you of doing something you didn't do. It's very interesting. I mean, it's not hard to say, oh, I'm so sorry, I got really angry. Yes, you're right, you didn't do that. I see that now. I mean, it's not hard. It's like me in the car with Steffi. I have no sense of direction. And even when we've got the navigator on in the car, I'll send him down the wrong road. And I'm like, oh no, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Look, it's telling you to do that. And then, of course, Steffi's right, because he's got an incredible sense of direction. I'm like, I told you not to listen to me. I've got no idea. Oh, yeah, that's my way of telling him, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He thinks it's really funny. Okay, that was a bit of chitter chatter to get us through all those flowers, but I love them. Eey. I can't tell you how many stitches are in there. It's quite thick and chunky. And I don't like rushing these things. I like to sort of think about them and do them. Now, there's these leaves going up here. I might have some coming down there. I'll do those, but I have a few, just 3, down into here, into Santa. I'm drawing them because otherwise I'll have them go over his face. And there's a few little ones in there that I could do, and that's it. So 3 sets of leaves. Now, what colour, guys? I don't want to use that colour because I've got that going around the edge, although I would have liked to have used that colour. I want something that's kind of like an olive green. So I want something that will, well, that's fairly similar to that, isn't it? But I kind of like it because it's bright. So I think I'll use that. And it's different to what you're seeing there. And I think I'll use the 6 strands again. Could you go down into 3 and make them less evident, but I think I want to make them more evident. Now let's do these. These are very thin little leaves, so I'm just going to, oh, I didn't do a knot. This might be all we get done in this video, guys. So it is similar but different to the other one. I'm just going to do them randomly as I'm kind of seeing them in my piece. Try not to hold it towards myself, otherwise you won't be able to see. Loving the colour. Just doing 1 stitch because these, you probably can't see them. They're very faint, but they're very thin leaves compared to those ones. They're probably from a different plant, but anyway, it is what it is. 1 coming down there. And over here. Sort of jumping all over the place. Okay, so that's that. Let's go and do the others. And they'll be a slightly different style because they were thicker, broader leaves. But that means I'm probably not going to do anything on Santa because we've got this little focal point here with the, well, embroidery focal point. Santa's really the focal point. Now I can't see my drawing. Oh, there it is over there. I think 2 stitches is enough. colour. I wanted it to be totally different to the background of the Santa, because that's, as I said, a more olivey sort of green. So that stands out, and I'm going to do that bit up there. And I might do the flower centres afterwards so that we can have a look. I think I'll probably do something like that in the centre. Oh no, let's do this brighter. This is an Appleton. We'll do this brighter yellow. And I'll just probably do 3 or 1, depending on how big my centre is. 3 in there, maybe 1 in there, probably 3 in there. French knot or colonial knot. I was going to say communion knot, colonial knot. Yay, now we're getting some lighter colour. It's funny the things that pop into your mind when you're stitching. A lot of contemplating about stuff that goes on. Or remembering things that have happened, like those not so nice messages about things out of my control. Now, I don't want 4 leaves. I would prefer to have 5. So I'll do another one over there. Really, because of the thickness of the thread, I really am finding I only need to do 2 stitches. Yeah, okay. Perfect amount of thread. It's always good when you don't have too much wastage or silly shorter bits and you're like, oh gosh, I don't want to throw that out. It's long enough to not throw out, but short enough that when am I going to use it? So that'll really be finished, you know, feel finished when I get the centers in, but I just wanted to address what else is there. Oh, I love that. Here I think I'll just do a row of running stitch, or I could do some X's across there. Why don't we do some X's? What color? What color would I like to do? This one. No, that one I like to do maybe a bit of running stitch. Maybe I'll do it with the red wool. Not too long. I may go around Santa as well. I haven't decided yet. Oh, that's a little X. Just to switch it up a little bit, because I do a lot of sort of running stitch and overcast stitch, but not so much of other stitches. But they are sort of like nice background stitches to do. This is quite thick. Of course, I'm going through lots of layers here. And I don't want them to be regular. You could put buttons across something like this. A little bunched up piece like this would be nice. I tend to forget that I have buttons. My hand's getting tired. Okay, so not evenly spaced and not the same size, and that's exactly how I want it to look, because I don't want it to look even. being even is not my thing. Oh, that's probably going to come undone, so I'll just go through there and I'll leave it longer so it'll be caught when I glue it. Okay, yeah, that's good. Now another fun thing with these pages, because there's sections, like you can outline them like I did on the Santa on the other one, and make them look like they've been attached. So if you were going to really go to town on it, you could do some embroidery on these. I'm thinking about that. I think I probably will, but I need to find the right color threads. I don't have them here. I'd like to do the leaves a little bit and keep it more in those colors. You could do a little bit on here as well, which would be nice. And then just little bits of running stitch here and there. Could probably go around that in a color, not that color. Probably go around, I'll go around that bit in this color. Or you could go around that bit, even though that's part of the fabric. You won't know if you go around it. But anyway, like this one, for example, I'll start because I'll run out of this thread. Just do some little stitches around the outside of this little scrap of fabric. Yep, I like that. So I'll finish that off. I'll probably do one or two more stitches with this. It's pretty thick there. I think I'm stitching on the mattress, ticking and all kinds of things. One more stitch. And I'll go all the way around, but I'll do that afterwards. Long. So I've got to finish that off, got to finish this off, go around that with something. Maybe I'd go around that one with this color. Just little stitches like that, bit of running stitch here. I'm going to embroider that. I think I will embroider that. I'm debating whether or not to go around Santa. I might go around Santa with just a, did I have one in here? I do. Just maybe something even like that. I might go around Santa with that. Let's have a look. So this is a perle, just mixing up my threads. I like using all different threads. So I'll start down here. Put one stitch in there. Jump up over here. Yep, just little stitches around Santa. So that I've stitched it, that means I'm stitching around Santa twice because I've done it with that thread and then this thread, but I like to have everything stitched down and then I can make decisions about embellishing sort of stitches. I could try and go next two on top of that. You could pick up some of this and do some of that if you want to. You could embroider the C. Mum would, like a monogram. I don't know, I might get all the way around. We'll come back to that rose in a minute. I won't do it on camera, I don't think, because I've got to find my colours. Although I've got some colours there. Or did I want to use wool? I don't know. So I'm actually just going over my previous stitches there, so it just looks a bit neater with the green. Yeah, so I don't necessarily know that I want to do that when I'm putting it all together, so that's why I have to double stitch it. I love doing this stitch for or going around something or attaching it. Might make it all the way round. Oh, probably not quite. Oh, maybe. Let's see. See, it kind of blends in there. It's a little bit lighter than the background, but you can only just make it out. Okay, so I'm just ended it there because I've got all the flowers. I'm not going over those. Then I need to jump down here. You know, of course, now I have to finish it because I've got the thread there. I might as well finish it. Almost just right. Okay, end that off. So that's that. It's just a little subtle detail that when you really look at it, you can see it. Now over here, when I do this, I'm having a look at it. I think I'm going to pick up the lighter color, and then if I feel like it, I'll do the darker, and that's it. I'm not going to do the mid-tone. That one, I would probably do that pale pink, and that's it, unless I decide to put in some yellow as well. And then the leaves, probably the lighter. Start with the lighter tone and then see how I feel about them. I just think it's a nice detail there. As I mentioned, you could do that like a monogram. That would be lovely. You could just draw that little bit back up onto there. You could do those. You don't have to do those, but you could do that. I'm not going, actually I wouldn't, because I've done that. You like that. And I mean, you could embroider those. There's a choice. You could embroider those or that or that. And then you could have a little play down here if you wanted to. So that is my video for today, because that's taken plenty of time to do just those bits. I'm going to keep working on it, and when it's done I will show you. Oh, you could also do this. Imagine embroidering that would be lovely. Maybe I'll do that and that and that. So their choices, and leave that. Who knows? That'd be easier. A bit time consuming, but easier. So anyway, food for thought. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Have a great Wednesday. Bye.